Hi, today we are looking at a very important accounting principle, prudence. Now, by definition, this principle states that assets and profits should not be overstated by ignoring possible losses. In effect, the principle requires that whenever a business expects that it's going to make some sort of loss, it must account for it, because if it doesn't, it would be overstating the value of its assets or its profits. Now let's look at an example. You see, when you buy a car, you expect that as time goes on, it's going to lose value, right? Somehow, someone will scratch it, someone will slam its doors, and as time goes on and as new models enter the market, its overall value will reduce. Now, because of these things, we cannot simply just show the value of our car at its original cost. And this is where depreciation comes in, right? And so depreciation is therefore an application of prudence, that we estimate how much in value an asset loses over its useful life, so that we do not overstate its value in our accounts. One very important thing about prudence, however, is that it is an overriding principle. It has the power to override other principles in accounting, right? That is, override. Now here's an example. Say the car that you bought was initially used to transport staff members, and its depreciation was charged at 5% per annum on reducing balance method. And 3 years later, you realize that, hey, you could make extra money from this vehicle. And you therefore started carrying cement for a local construction company. Do you think it would still be wise to continue depreciating in the same manner? Well, in this instance, you would firstly look at the principle of consistency. And we might need to conclude that the answer is a no. But because prudence is an overriding principle, it will have to override the consistency principle. Because if we are to continue being consistent in the 5% per annum reducing balance method, it would mean that we would be overstating the value of that asset. Because the truth is, if it starts carrying cement, it's going to lose value faster. We will therefore have to change the method or the rate at which we depreciate.